Joining me now for more on the southern border crisis and a vote now scheduled to take place tomorrow in the House Judiciary Committee that may determine the parameters of Attorney General Barr's testimony. Congressman Jim Jordan joins us, a member of the Judiciary Committee, ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, co-founder of the House Freedom Caucus. Congressman, good to have you with us.
Good to be with you.
I've got to first ask you, McAleenan, the language that he is using, Latin derivatives in endless strings. This has become a bureaucracy of absolute nincompoops.
Yeah, a couple things. One, the president's trying to reform the rules around our asylum situation on the border. That is certainly a move in the right direction.
Yep.
But you and I have talked about this. You talk about it every night. Until we do two fundamental things, build the border security wall and fundamentally change the asylum law, we will never get this crisis under control. It just will not happen. So this is on us. This is on Congress. Unfortunately, we don't have enough members of Congress willing to do the right thing, appropriate the dollars, build the border security wall, change this, put more judges down there so you don't have to wait all this time, so you can adjudicate these cases right away, keep the families together. If you're legitimate and you're here for the right reasons and you're a legitimate asylum seeker, God bless you, you get to come in. If not, sorry, we cannot let you in the country. It's that basic. That's all that needs to happen, but there's got to be the political will to get it done.
The political will, and you know what I'm going to say at this point in our conversation. The Republican Party controlled that House for 2 years under that fraud, Paul Ryan. And the Republican conference permitted him to stay in that office after he resigned for another almost 9 months. My God, what has either party to say? Can both conferences send this president a letter of apology? Wouldn't it be appropriate? The American people?
More importantly, the American people, we told them we were going to do certain things on health care that we didn't get done. We told them we were going to do certain things on border security we didn't get done. I happen to think that's the reason we lost the House, frankly. But you're right. We got 193 votes for a bill that would have addressed the situation, would have dealt with the crisis. Unfortunately, it was just 193, and you needed a few more votes to get it over the top in the House.
Let's turn to your committee, the Judiciary Committee. You share it with Jerry Nadler, I understand. What is going on? He insists that there will be no negotiation over whether the staff interrogates the Attorney General, who will be there under oath, I presume, and rather than the committee members. Has Nadler lost his mind?
Well, I think there's a couple things going on here. One, we have to understand the Democrats have already started impeachment proceedings. They're just not calling it that. And the reason they're not calling it that is they know it's not justified and they know the American people don't want it. But that's what they're doing, and that's why they want the staff to be able to ask Bill Barr questions, because that's how it works in an impeachment process. So that's what they're trying to do. Second, Bill Barr shouldn't come. Look, you can't trash the Attorney General for the last 3 weeks like Democrats have done and then change the format in the last few days like they're trying to do and expect the Attorney General to show up. Let the members ask the questions. If they're willing to do it the way it's always done, Bill Barr will be there. If they're not, he shouldn't show up, and I'm 100% for him not showing up if they don't do it the right way.
You know, I have an alternative theory, an additional theory, and I think that the radical Dems on that committee recognize that Bill Barr, there are very few triple-digit IQs amongst those radical Dems, but they recognize that Bill Barr has a much higher triple-digit IQ than any member of the radical Dems there. They're going to be slaughtered, and they know it.
Well, I will say this. Bill Barr has handled himself in a professional manner. I have been impressed. I think he is exactly what you want in an attorney general, talking about enforcing the rule of law, talking about holding people accountable. Think about what he said just 3 weeks ago in the Senate Finance Committee when he said spying took place. He also said this, and I thought this was important. You look at his testimony. He said there's a basis for his concern about the spying that took place and that he's going to put together a team and investigate that situation. The start of this whole Trump-Russia investigation process that began a couple years ago. So I think that is exactly what the American people want from the Attorney General of the United States.